Hi everybody, my name is Caden.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Eli.
Yeah, I'm Jason.
And we're the Torah YouTube channel.
And we thank you guys very, very much for hanging out with us. Our family's your family. We love you guys very, very much, and we hope that you guys are seeking our Creator where He is able to be found, and that is in the Torah, which is Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And we hope that you have the faith of Messiah YHWH, who is the Son of the Most High. And He is not the Most High, but He is the Son of the Most High. Contrary to what religion believes and what they teach, He is not the same as His Father, and His Father is not the same as Him. Now, we are deep into this book of the Natsarim.
I think we're almost done. I think we only have a couple chapters left.
Yeah, well, some of the chapters are
They're
like
longer.
100-some verses, so we got weeks probably before we're done with this. All right, so here we are. Let's get ready. Here we go. 24. And for those who did not follow yesterday's or people that are just tuning in right now, we're in the middle of Passover, and so Messiah is just about to be handed over, and this is the stuff we've heard before in a kind of a different way. So let's see what it says. YHWH said, "The sacrifice is ready. The hand of the betrayer rests upon this table and dips in the bowl. But this is as it should be. Take the cup and drink again. Let it seal a new covenant signed with the blood of one who is dedicated to the cause of men and their salvation from darkness into eternal life." Those about the table began to speculate among themselves as to who would do such a thing. But YHWH bid them to be silent, saying, "There is no evil lacking some seeds of goodness which, if extracted, can be nurtured into great trees. A man finding his store bag of seed grain is moldy, does not throw it out, but searches to find the good grains. And from these he grows a crop which ripens to goodness." Then they began disputing among themselves as to who was first in precedence among them. And YHWH said, "Those with worldly authority derive satisfaction from declaring themselves benefactors of the people. But the benefit they seek is that accruing to themselves. Let this not be so among you. The ones seeking least for themselves and giving most being those taking precedent." Okay, so what did he just say there, Eli? Eli? Were you sleeping?
No.
What did he just say there?
I don't know. I was just actually listening.
You weren't listening? You were sleeping. Okay, what did he say, Kate?
He said that being a leader is something that is only like in a worldly view to be like big as leader. He said you basically what we've heard before is that you need to become a servant, right? Those who are willing to become lowly in the eyes of people are those who will be the leaders of the world.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily the leaders, but they're
who's the greatest.
Who's the greatest? Yeah, you got it. Yeah, and if you're striving for greatness in the kingdom, it's not going to be living as the world lives here. If we are looking for greatness in the kingdom, it is to those who are keeping the law, statutes, and commands of our Creator. We are living a resume right now. We have a brief moment in time that all of us have no idea when we will take our final breath. We have been blessed with life. We have been blessed with the existence. We have been blessed with our Creator giving us this Torah, and we've been blessed with His Son. And we are, if we are trying to push ourselves up, or we're trying to be great here on earth, or elsewhere, even elsewhere where he's talking about, the kingdom is for those who are humble and those who are not looking for being the best of wherever they're going to be. 27. After a while, YHWH said, "My friends, I shall be with you only a short time now." Kepha said, "Master, where do you go? Are you deserting us? Can we not come with you?" YHWH said, "You cannot follow me immediately on this path, and to accompany me would serve no purpose. But later on you can follow me. Do not become faint-hearted, for if you believe in what I have taught you, believe also that I will be guided and strengthened." Okay, so lots of questions because the disciples have no idea what's going on, right? They have Kepha of all folks. He's sitting there. He's like, "Why can't I go?" And Messiah clearly says, like right here, if you would die right here at this point, it would serve no purpose, because He was the purpose. He was the reason that all of this had to go down, was because of our Messiah. And so, anyone have anything on this?
Not really. I mean, these guys didn't understand. They never understood what YHWH said, and even until the very end, they never really understood.
No. "I shall prepare a place for you in the kingdom of YHWH, and wait there to welcome you, where I will be. You shall be also, and where you are, there too I will be. You know the way to where I am going, and can follow. For the Torah and the books of wisdom are the way, the truth, and the light. I have brought you a light to show you the way. Follow it, and you will not go astray. So we've heard this, that before Messiah, that he is the way, the truth, and the light. And he clearly says right here that the Torah and the books of wisdom are the way, the truth, and the light. And he says another amazing thing is that if we do make the kingdom, Messiah will be there and he will welcome us. And if that in of itself is simply amazing, that if we can even be addressed by our Messiah, that we can even get a nod, that if we can get, a hug, from our Messiah, that hey, you are a faithful servant. You guys have done what it takes. That's going to be amazing. And so for all of us that get messed up in this world, that we're stuck here and there's, we can't figure, life out. The world to come is going to be eternity. And these moments that we have in this life, which sometimes feel like it drags on forever, is going to be over. It's going to be over very, very quickly. And eternity awaits us. And eternity either in a bad place or eternity in a good place. But there's no middle ground, and there's no black. It's a black and white path. Okay, 31. Later you will understand that I am united with the Father. And as I am united with him, so you are united with me. Though we are many, let us stand as one. And those who serve, I will serve.
All right, he didn't say he was Yahuwah. He said they're united, right? It's like a team thing, right? When a team is united, they will all stand as one. They all stand together in a team format. They all stand together in like a united family.
Yep. And here's something: if you believe in the Trinity, then I guess if the Trinity is true, then you are part of the Trinity, because it says you're united with Messiah. So I guess that makes 4 of you or something of the sort for those who believe in that Trinity. So again, he says, I am united with the Father. That's echad, right? It doesn't say he is the Father. The Father is not the Son, and the Son is not the Father. They're 2 separate individuals. 32. To he who believes in my teachings, I will manifest. For what I do is done to prove to men my own convictions, that they will come to accept my teachings and follow the road of salvation. The people yearn for the fulfillment of the prophecies and will surely follow one who fulfills them. Thomas said, are you going to manifest only to us? Yahushua said, if anyone care for me and my cause, I will speak to him through the power of the Ruach HaKodesh, and it will come to him also. Those who do not care for me or my cause will ignore my teachings, but do not fear them. Be on guard against those who pay lip service only. While I am with you, I can speak as men speak, but when I am gone, the Ruach HaKodesh will bear messages in my name, clarifying your minds so you recall all I have taught you. All right. This is very amazing. This is, lip service is about 65,000 different religions out there of, 3 to 4 billion so-called Christians. And they sing in the name of our Creator. They love who they call God. They love who they call Jesus. And, but they don't love the commandments of our Creator. And they do not love the commandments of our Messiah. And it's lip service only. As you're sitting there eating unclean food, that's lip service. If you believe that your Creator is okay and that he has blessed your food and all food has been made clean, then that's only lip service. You are not living like you should be living. And pork is only one avenue of this. I always bring that up because that seems to be the crack cocaine of the Christians. They cannot stop it. They cannot stop selling their TV for a bite of pork all the time. And so that's the thing that for whatever reason, it is literally the crack cocaine of Christians, and they cannot stop. 35. In the kingdom of the Ruach, there are many splendid places. And I assure those who remain steadfast that they will be in the best of these. For when men die, each is drawn to the place whereof he is worthy. Even to each one is prepared a place for his soul. All right. Anyone want to break that one down?
I think we have a ranking system, right? If you are holy, if you are worthy, if you are a good and faithful servant, you're going to have a higher place in the Shamaim. And if you were just a person that was just living life, doing your thing, and then
Well, it's clear. Yeah, it's always clear in the Besorah, in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, that it is that, if you make the kingdom, if you're teaching contrary to the Torah, it says you will be lesser in the kingdom. There's absolutely some sort of a ranking system. But I find this particular verse extremely amazing, because it sounds like for each soul there is a place that is your place for either good or for whether it is bad, and you are based upon, the second we die, each is drawn to the place whereas he is worthy. Now, if you are not keeping Torah, if you do not care what the law, statutes, and commandments of our Creator say, then your worth to the end times is going to be into Sheol, the bad parts of Sheol. And it's going to be, the darkness messenger is going to come and grab you, and it's going to scare you as he takes you into the place, and that's where eternity is. And eternity is a long, long, long time. It seems like it never ends. And so we have to be very, very careful that we make it to this place. And it sounds awesome. It sounds really like a really cool place to be. In the kingdom of the Ruach, there are many splendid places, and I assure those who remain steadfast that they will be in the best of these. That's a great promise. That's a great word that he gave us, and something that we can cling on to. 36. I will go down in the flesh to arise again in the Ruach with power to manifest to men. I will demonstrate what man can do, and as I do, so can all men. I am a sacrifice to the misguided beliefs of men, that in the fulfillment of those beliefs, they might turn to the path of their salvation. Now, Eli, what is the path of their salvation?
The Torah?
The Torah. Yes, thank you, good buddy. Thank you. And when he says he demonstrated what man can do, we can all find ourselves, and that's the thing, is most of us have not grown up in the Torah. Most of us have grown up in captivity. Most of us never were pure. Most of us have been abused. Most of us have bring along extreme skeletons in our closet as well. And, we all come from very dark places. And that is the power of our Elohim, is that he didn't give up on us, that he didn't completely damn us when we have made these critical mistakes that have broken the heart of our Creator. And if you are in Torah right now, then be grateful that our Creator has reached out to you, and that you will have the ability to come into the kingdom, and to come into the ways and the truth and the life and the light of our Creator. And there is no other way except through the Torah. You're not going to have an easy path. The path to the kingdom is going to be tough. It's going to be a tough road. People are going to mock you. They're going to hate you. They're going to laugh at you. You're going to be the minority, which is exactly what we are supposed to be, right? The majority are those 65,000 religions who all have it figured out, that you raise your hand at 8 years old and you're saved. And, you have all of these preachers, and they're preachers from hell. They are literally preachers from hell. And every time that people think that they're saved and they continue on in their ways, these preachers from hell have damned these people. And unfortunately, it is the people's own fault, because they have not sought our Creator where he is able to be found. 37. I am the vine, and he who is above me is the cultivator. You are the branches, and the sap in me flows out to you. The sap in my teachings severed, from which you will be like a branch cut from the vine, only suitable for burning. I am the vine, and you are its fruit. And if the vine is sound, surely its fruit will also be sound. All right, boys, what do you make of this?
So, if part of the tree is good, the tree will be. He talks about how he's the branch, and Yahuwah is the one who picks the fruit. Pretty much, he's the guy who sows the seed, and we grow from Yahushua. He starts the little branch, and we stem off him.
Yeah, and again, this is one of these Trinity breakers, right? I am the vine, and he who is above me is the cultivator. Now, who is above him?
Yahuwah.
Yeah, his dad.
I mean, there's going to be no one else above Yahushua besides Yahuwah.
There's nobody else. Exactly, Yahuwah. 38. This is my last instruction to you. Love one another as I have loved you. For there is but one greater love than that of a man who would sacrifice his life for his friends. And that is sacrifice of a life for a cause where he serves those unknown to him. I have said, love one another, for you will be strengthened in the knowledge of that love. Okay, we've heard that before, right? This is a reiteration. Greater love hath no man to lay down his life for his friends. that is very, very true, right? The one thing that most people will ever never refuse to do is to lose their life, to trade their life for another being. And that is what we have to do. And this is what Messiah did for us. He traded his life. And even though he did not want to go through what he's about to go through, he did it because of his love for us, his love for his dad, his obedience to his dad, and his obedience to the kingdom to come. And that is why he is the rightful Melchizedek. That is why he is our high priest. That is why he is our sacrifice. That is why nobody else could have ever come and done what he did. And he did it, and he rocked it, and he made it an amazing venture. And it didn't come without pain. It didn't come without sacrifice. It didn't come without bloodshed. It didn't come without torture. And it did not come without his life being shed. 39. If the world hates you, it has hated me first. If you were to remain part of the world, it would accept you as its own and love you. But because I have severed you from the world, setting you apart, it will hate you. For it is in the nature of worldly men to hate those who are different. And not only are you different, but you also seek to point out their wickedness. You know, that's very, very true. You know, down here in South America, we ran into this little guy named Evil Eric. And Evil Eric is a pork vendor. He's not even a pork vendor. What he does is he makes food. And when we first got into Torah, we were abhorred by this guy. He, when we found out that we were eating food, and he took the pig and he would boil the pig fat up, and then he would put pig fat in all his food. When he found out that made us very upset, he did all the more to mock us and to laugh at us. And one time, this evil guy sent me a picture of a scale where he had bacon, or not bacon, but it was a pig fat on it, and it said 6.66 pounds. And he laughed and he goes, "I was thinking of you." And, you know, he sent that to my WhatsApp, and I'll never forget that, how he has mocked us. And then for a good solid 6 months, he and his wicked wife were constantly on YouTube laughing and mocking and telling us, oh, all food has been made cling. And then he quotes Peter's dream where a sheet comes down and it's slay and eat, Peter. And, you know, when you read the entire chapter, it has nothing to do with eating unclean animals. It had to do with preaching to the Gentiles. But yet people don't want to hear that, right? And so as he laughs at us like we're just some kind of idiots, and you know, all we can do is just say, man, brother, you know, stop putting pork in all your stuff, you know. And he's a Christian, right? He's one of these Christians that just is the Christian of Christians, and he knows the way to everything. And it's just it's sick. Evil Eric and his wicked wife. Okay, 40. If I chose an easier path, your burden would be so much greater, and the fruit of the vine might fall on barren ground. As they have persecuted me, so they would have persecuted you. As they have spurned my teachings, so they would have spurned yours. And as they rejected me, so would they have rejected you. And, you know, Messiah's, you know, he's contemplating stuff. If I chose an easier path, your burden would be so much greater, and it would, right? If we didn't have a Messiah who came and did it, who walked the Torah and became the example of the Torah made flesh, then we wouldn't have this. All we would have is, you know, telling people to keep the Torah, and they would laugh. But we do have Messiah, and, you know, Messiah has broken into all of these religions to a bit. But unless these people open up their eyes and unless they come into Torah, they aren't going to make the kingdom. Matthew 7 clearly says that the Torahless are told to depart, as well as everywhere else, as Revelation 12:14 too. 41. I have much more to say to you, but you cannot receive it now. Later the Ruach of wisdom will come when you are ready and guide you truthfully. It will speak to you with a voice of its own, but will convey to you what comes from above. Soon now you will see me no more in the flesh, but you will behold me in a new and glorious form. Those with YHWH did not understand the meaning of what he said and discussed it among themselves, saying, "What does he mean by soon?" Others said, "What can he mean when he says, 'Soon you will no longer see me, but then you will behold me'?" The other said, "We just cannot tell." YHWH, knowing what they were saying and what was in their thoughts, said, "You are wondering about the things I have said. I assure you that while you sorrow, the world will rejoice, for its hopes are fulfilled. A woman becomes afraid just before she gives birth. But once the ordeal is over, she no longer recalls the labor pains, but rejoices in her child. So too you will grieve for a while, but I will manifest to you, and then you will rejoice in your hearts. The Father's will is that the things I teach should be given to the people, but they will not listen, arguing among themselves as to who I am. Therefore, I must drain the bitter cup of life to its last dregs. Then they will say, this is he, and heed my words. This I do for men, and none can say that I have not faced up to the test of life, or I have shirked its supreme trial. All right, I'm going to leave it at this. We're going to cut this off. Gentlemen, you guys have any final thoughts on this?
Yehoshua didn't escape out of anything. He didn't get the easy right out. He took the hard way out, and he gave us a chance of salvation.
Yeah, he drained the bitter cup of life to its last dregs, which we know he absolutely did. Right? He gave everything he had. He bled to death. He on the cross. Water filled his lungs with his arms, probably extended over his heads on the tree. And he gave up everything. And as he was doing it, he looked upon the people and he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And how many of us would be able to be tortured to death? And as we ask our Creator for forgiveness for our enemies who have done this to us. And that was the example, and that is the example of our King. And the King is coming soon, folks. The King will be here. It may be this generation, it may be in the next generation, but it doesn't matter because we need to be ready. We need to be teaching our kids. They need to be in Torah. They need to be in the Mashiach. This needs to be everything that is in our lives. And it doesn't matter when our last breath is. It matters that we're serving our Creator to our last breath. And we get wrapped up in the wiles of this world. We get into like the world system. Everything around us is the world system. The TV is the world system. Video games are the world system. Everything around us is the world system. And the more that you guys get involved in this, the more that you lose control of your reality and go into the world, the less chance you have at seeking this kingdom and seeking the world that we need. So with that, guys, I will leave it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. We love y'all.
All right, Shalom.